Welcome, noble viewers, to yet another Helpful Think video. For today we have a thrilling journey through the annals of history as we don our armor and embark on a quest to unveil the top 5 greatest knights that ever graced the medieval realm. Prepare yourselves for a captivating exploration into the lives of these legendary warriors whose valor, chivalry, and unmatched skill on the battlefield have echoed through the ages. But first, did you know that the term knight originates from the Old English word knight, meaning boy or servant? Yes, indeed, that's the humble origin of one of the most revered figures in medieval history. The Middle Ages, a period steeped in mystique, valor, and chivalry. Knights, the shining beacons of courage and honor. These were men who pledged their lives to the service of their lord and the protection of the realm. Knights were not born, they were made. The journey to knighthood was a rigorous one. It began in boyhood, when a young lad of around 7 years old was sent to a noble house to serve as a page. There he learned the basics of chivalry, courtesy, and combat. This was the first step on a long, demanding path to knighthood. When the page turned 14, he graduated to become a squire, serving a knight directly. His training intensified, and he learned the art of horse riding, the skills of warfare, and the intricacies of courtly etiquette. Finally, after years of dedicated service and rigorous training, the squire, now around 21, was deemed worthy of the title knight. He was bestowed with this honor in a solemn ceremony known as dubbing. The new knight swore an oath of loyalty, promising to uphold the virtues of bravery, courtesy, honor, and gallantry. These virtues formed the backbone of the knight's code of chivalry. Each knight strived to embody them, for they were the essence of knightly character. They defined a knight's conduct on and off the battlefield, guiding him to act with courage in the face of adversity, show respect to all, uphold justice, and protect the weak and innocent. Knights were the epitome of valor and honor. They were the living embodiment of the chivalric ideals that defined the Middle Ages. Their legacy still resonates today, inspiring tales of heroism and adventure. Now, let's delve into the chronicles of the greatest knights who ever lived. Enter William Marshal, often hailed as the greatest knight that ever lived. Born in relative obscurity during the 12th century, Marshal's life reads like an epic tale from a forgotten age. His rise to prominence was nothing short of extraordinary. From serving as a loyal knight to several English kings to ultimately becoming the Earl of Pembroke, Marshal's journey is a testament to his unwavering courage and indomitable spirit. Now let's delve into his key battles. Perhaps the most notable is his victory at the Battle of Lincoln during the First Barons' War. Despite being outnumbered, Marshal led his forces to victory with strategic genius and sheer force of will. His bravery on the battlefield was only matched by his wisdom off it. Marshal also played a pivotal role in the Magna Carta, the document that laid the foundation for constitutional law. He served as a mediator between King John and the rebellious barons, helping to secure a peace that would shape the course of English history. But Marshal's legacy extends beyond his martial prowess and political acumen. He was widely revered as a paragon of knightly chivalry. His life was governed by the knightly virtues of courage, loyalty, and honor. He was admired not just for his strength and skill, but for his integrity and sense of justice. Marshal's tale is one of courage and honor, a true knight's tale. Next on our list is Richard the Lionheart, a king as renowned for his knightly prowess as for his reign. Richard the Lionheart, an English king from the 12th century, was a figure larger than life. His reputation as a warrior king was so formidable that he was the only king of England who was known more for his knightly feats than for his royal status. His fame reached its peak during the Third Crusade, where he led his army against the forces of the Muslim leader Saladin. Richard's military genius and bravery in battle were put on full display during this campaign. In fact, he was so respected that his enemies referred to him as Melek Rik, or King Richard, a title of utmost honor. One of his most notable victories was the Battle of Arsuf. Despite being heavily outnumbered, Richard's strategic prowess and unyielding courage led his army to a decisive victory, pushing back the forces of Saladin and proving the effectiveness of the knight's charge, a tactic that would be used in many future battles. Richard the Lionheart's impact on the image of knighthood was groundbreaking. He embodied the virtues of bravery, chivalry, and military expertise, setting a high standard for all future knights. His legacy as the Crusader King remains alive to this day, a testament to his knightly virtues and military prowess. Richard the Lionheart, a knight, a king, a crusader. Now meet Edward the Black Prince, a knight whose name stirred both fear and admiration. Edward of Woodstock, known to us as the Black Prince, was a paragon of English chivalry and a formidable military leader during the tumultuous period of the 100 Years' War. Born into royalty as the eldest son of King Edward III, he was destined for greatness from the start. His moniker, the Black Prince, is thought to have come from the black armor he wore on the battlefield, an armor that bore witness to his numerous victories. Edward's military genius was first unveiled to the world at the Battle of Crecy, where he led the English forces to a decisive victory at the tender age of 16. But his crowning glory came at the Battle of Poitiers, where he led a smaller English army to a stunning victory over the French, capturing the French King John II in the process. Yet Edward was not just a symbol of military prowess. He was also a model of chivalry, treating his prisoners with respect and honor. This conduct earned him admiration from both his allies and enemies alike. His legacy? Edward the Black Prince set a standard for what it meant to be a knight. He was an emblem of the chivalric code, and his actions on the battlefield were a testament to his martial skill. Edward the Black Prince, an embodiment of chivalry and martial prowess. Finally, we have Henry Hotspur Percy, often considered the last English knight. Born into the powerful Percy family, Hotspur was more than just a nobleman. His life was one of constant conflict and chivalry, a testament to the era of knights. As a young man, Hotspur was thrust into the border wars against Scotland. He was relentless, a force to be reckoned with, and his impressive military skills earned him the nickname Hotspur. His prowess on the battlefield was undeniable, but it was his sense of justice and honor that set him apart. Yet, even knights have their breaking point. Hotspur's was King Henry IV's refusal to ransom his captured brother-in-law. This slight sparked a rebellion, leading Hotspur to take up arms against his own king. However, this rebellion was short-lived, and Hotspur met his end at the Battle of Shrewsbury. But let's not forget one of his most legendary moments, his duel with the Douglas at the Battle of Otterburn. It was here that Hotspur proved himself not just a warrior, but a knight of the highest order. Despite being captured, his bravery and skill in single combat exemplified the true spirit of medieval chivalry. And so we remember Henry Hotspur Percy not as a rebel, not as a mere warrior, but as a knight. His story is a reminder of the virtues and values that these men of steel and horse espoused. Henry Hotspur Percy, a true knight to the end. Let's now turn our attention to Godfrey of Bouillon, a knight who left an indelible mark on the history of the Crusades. Born into a noble family, Godfrey was a key figure in the First Crusade, leading his troops with a blend of tactical brilliance and devout faith. His leadership was instrumental in the siege of Jerusalem, a pivotal moment that saw the city return to Christian control after centuries of Muslim rule. But it was Godfrey's actions following this victory that truly set him apart. When offered the crown of Jerusalem, he humbly declined, refusing to wear a crown of gold in the city where Christ had worn a crown of thorns. Instead, he chose the title Defender of the Holy Sepulchre, dedicating his life to protecting the sacred site of Christ's resurrection. Godfrey's legacy extends far beyond his military exploits. He stands as a symbol of Christian piety, his deep faith driving his actions on and off the battlefield. His refusal to become king, his dedication to the protection of the Holy Sepulchre, highlights the depth of his humility and devotion. Godfrey of Bouillon, a knight whose piety and prowess continue to inspire, serves as a reminder that the knights of yore were not just warriors, but men of faith and principle. His story, like those of the other knights we've discussed, continues to resonate, reminding us of the timeless ideals they upheld. So, what is the legacy of these legendary knights? Knights, their tales etched in the annals of time, are more than just historical figures. They are symbols, embodying the ideals of chivalry, bravery, and honor that have continued to inspire generations. The knights we've discussed today, each one a paragon of knightly virtue, have left behind a legacy that endures to this day. Their influence permeates history, literature, and popular culture. Take, for instance, William Marshall, dubbed the Flower of Chivalry. His story is one of loyalty and honor, a beacon of chivalry that has shaped the portrayal of knights in countless works of fiction. Then there's Richard the Lionheart, the Crusader king, whose courage and military prowess during the Crusades have become the stuff of legends. His indomitable spirit has been immortalized in literature, cementing his place in the collective consciousness as the quintessential crusading knight. Edward the Black Prince, known as the Flower of English Chivalry, was a symbol of knightly virtue, his exploits in battle serving as an enduring testament to bravery and tactical brilliance. His legacy is a blueprint for noble leadership, influencing depictions of knights in literature and film. And let's not forget Henry Hotspur Percy, the last English knight. His life and tragic end encapsulate the tumultuous era of medieval England, his story a poignant reminder of the human cost of war and ambition. The stories of these knights, their triumphs and tribulations, have been woven into the fabric of our culture. They've shaped our understanding of chivalry, inspired countless tales of heroism, and left an indelible mark on our collective imagination. Their tales of valor and honor, of loyalty and sacrifice continue to resonate, reminding us of the timeless ideals they upheld. These knights, each a legend in his own right, continue to echo through the halls of history, their tales as riveting as ever.